Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt and I do like video games. Ignore the hole in my shirt, you know? I'm doing laundry. It's a long weekend. I got a shitty shirt that I'm wearing that has a hole in it. I apologize. But in today's video, I want to talk about a topic, or a take, I guess I should say, that I've seen recently, and I've seen this take a lot in the last 3 years. Basically, this generation of gaming, I've seen this take a lot, and it's kind of stupid to me, so I'm just going to talk about it in today's video. So with that being said, let's get into it. So before I get into the video today, I want to just say blanket statement to anybody who's watching in America like myself. Happy 4th of July. I hope you have a great 4th of July. I know it's technically not 4th of July when this video releases. It's the 3rd of July, but it's a long weekend, holiday weekend here in America. So as far as I'm concerned, 4th of July started on Friday night and it ends on Tuesday night, all right? But with that out of the way, now we can get into today's topic, and it is just a funny one, honestly. And I'm gonna bring it up right here. It's on Twitter. Now this guy, at Grums, with a Z, says Game Pass is great for Microsoft and horrible for individual games. You know how games have to make money if they are so cheap on Game Pass? In-game purchases and predatory monetization. The goal is to get you in cheap, then monetize you like a casino. Y'all are cheering this. Did I say cansino? Casino. And to be fair to this fella right here, listen, that's not a new take. That's not something, like, I don't want to single this guy out. I just brought it up because he's the last person I've seen to say it. But so many people have had this take. Like, so many. And it's a take that I really don't understand. Not in theory, because in theory I do understand that take. I'm just talking in practical terms of what's happening now. That take makes no sense. Like, if you tie that take to Game Pass, it doesn't correlate. You see, what this guy is describing is basically just games as a service. And we all know games as a service has been around well before Game Pass was a thing. They exist outside of Game Pass today. Plenty of studios, plenty of developers, plenty of publishers are making gas games. That's a thing. The problem is he's trying to correlate that with the existence of Game Pass. And again, he's not the only person to have done this before. So many people have done this. They say the whole goal of Game Pass is to get you in cheap so that you spend more money on the back end, like with all those microtransactions and things like that. And that's not to say that Microsoft hasn't done this before. You look at Gears 5. Gears 5 launched, it was just filled with microtransactions, really dumb ones too, right? Halo has a bunch of microtransactions, right? But look at games like Plague Tale Requiem, launched into Game Pass day one. Where's the predatory microtransactions? Atomic Heart, day one on Game Pass, no microtransactions. High on Life, Hi-Fi Rush. You've got games like Ori 1 and 2. I mean, there's a whole list of games. There's a ton of games that don't feature any microtransactions at all, let alone predatory microtransactions. I mean, this theory kind of just starts to fall apart once you consider the fact that Microsoft, just as a first party, is preparing to release tons of games that aren't live services. You look at Starfield, you look at Hellblade 2, you look at a game like Clockwork Revolution, Fable, you look at something like South of Midnight. All of these games are confirmed single-player experiences. Now, do you want to hear some games that aren't in Game Pass? Call of Duty Warzone, Apex Legends, you've got Fortnite, Roblox, for God's sakes, Roblox. Now that's 4 games, right? And do you know why those 4 games aren't in Game Pass? Because they're free to play. And do you know why they're free to play? Because they are actually littered with microtransactions. This guy is describing the free-to-play business model, where the business model is literally, like this guy says, to get you in cheap. There's nothing cheaper than free. These games are free to play, and upsell you on microtransactions. And if that guy thinks that that business model stinks, wait till someone tells him about NBA 2K. Now, I'm someone who buys 2K every year. I'm part of the problem, right? I'm 100% part of the problem. I love basketball. I need a basketball game to play. The only basketball game being made is 2K. And just really quick, I want to do a little bit of an experiment here. I've got my Series S right here. I'm going to boot up 2K. Now watch what happens, right? I'm booting up 2K. It's a fresh boot. It's not into quick resume or anything. It's loading up. It's going through its splash screens, whatever, right? Now imagine I'm a kid, however old. It could be 10, could be 4, it could be 5, doesn't matter. I'm a kid who wants to play a basketball game. I load into 2K. Without even looking at the screen, I hit A, and I have to hide the screen because my fucking bank details almost just showed up. Because hitting A when you load into 2K, just imagine this. I load into 2K, I'm not looking at the screen, I hit A a few times, and I've spent about $100. Now, if you want to say that that's bad, I got no problems with it, you know? It is bad. It's horrendous. It's predatory. 2K knows its player base. Obviously, you got people like me in their late 20s. You got people in their 30s, 40s, 50s who play 2K, right? But the main player base is focused at kids. That is the main player base for 2K. It's a lot of kids playing, and 2K knows that. And when a kid boots up 2K for the first time in a day, you hit the A button and you're about to spend $100. Can somebody please inform this man of that? Because games like this existed before Game Pass. 2Ks were there before Game Pass. Trust me, I know. I bought them every single year, and I'm going to continue buying them every single year until someone else decides to challenge them. But the fact is that it existed before Game Pass, it exists outside of Game Pass, and it will exist in the future regardless of Game Pass. Because it's not tied to Game Pass. It's not a Game Pass issue, it's an industry issue. This guy is upset at the industry, and that's fine, nothing wrong with that. But he's upset at the industry and deciding to take it out specifically on Xbox when it's not their problem. Just try and think logically about how Microsoft makes money with Game Pass, right? They make deals with publishers like EA to bring EA Play to Game Pass, to drive in new subscribers, to drive those subscription numbers up. More subscriptions means more money, right? They make deals with publishers and developers who bring their games to Game Pass day one, and that brings more subscribers in. Again, more subscribers means more money. Obviously, Microsoft has a first-party output, so they have their first-party games in there. So if you want to play Starfield on day one, you don't gotta buy it. All you gotta do is sign up for Game Pass. When Starfield comes out, you better believe that those Game Pass numbers are gonna go up. Again, more subscribers means more money. And just really quickly, speaking of Microsoft's first party specifically, you want to know how else they make money in Game Pass? Think back to Forza Horizon 5. Remember how everyone was playing that 5 days before release? Early access. Remember Redfall? Early access. Starfield? Going to have early access. I would bet you Forza Motorsports going to have early access. I would also bet you Hellblade is going to have it. Fable, Clockwork Revolution. I would bet any first-party game that Microsoft releases from here on out into Game Pass, which is all of their games, are going to have early access. That's another way they make money in Game Pass. Now, if this guy wants to be upset at that, then hey, fine, whatever, you know? And I don't agree with him on it because honestly, I think having that as a business model is a really good option for players who want to play things early but don't feel like shelling out, you know, $70 a pop. But being mad at Microsoft just because live service games exist is stupid. And again, that's not to single this guy out. I've seen this take from so many people, and every single time I think it's stupid. But really, that's enough rambling for me on this specific topic. I could keep going, but I really want to hear from you guys in the comments. Surely at least one person who finds this video agrees with that take, and I want to hear in the comments why you agree, or even if you agree with me, tell me in the comments below. Leave a like if you like the video, and if you're enjoying this kind of content and you want to stay up to date with it going forward over here on the channel, the best way to do that is consider subscribing, consider ringing that notification bell, because that helps you stay up to date with everything that happens over here on the channel, and it helps promote me in the algorithm, helps push the videos out to more people, and I really do appreciate that. And with that being said, Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.